The most people see the doctor in white coat, respect, stable income, and think this is one of the best career in the world. But what they don't see is that what happens behind that coat. The long night, the delayed life, the emotional burnout, and a strange feeling where you realize that you are saving the lives, but sometimes you are forgetting your own. So in this video, I am going to break down the real pros and cons of the becoming of doctor, and based on my real experience, research, and what actually happens in the daily medical life. And no exaggeration, no demotivation, just the reality. So becoming a doctor is not just a profession, it is a long term identity, that is long term identity shift. You are not just choosing a job, you are choosing 8 to 12 years of intense training, responsibility, and a delayed reward. So let's break it into two parts: why people still choose it, that is the pros, and why many silently regret or struggle after becoming doctor, and that is cons. So let's first of all talk about part one of this video, the pros of becoming of doctor. The doctors give the deep meaning and purpose. One of the strongest positive side of this medicine is the meaning. You are directly involved in saving the lives, you are directly involved in reducing the suffering, and you are helping the people at their most vulnerable moment. And unlike many jobs where impact is indirect, here the result is immediate. And if, for example, a patient comes to you with breathlessness, and you treat them, and within hour they improve, and that kind of feedback is rare in most career. You have the direct impact over the people, and the research in career psychology consistently show that perceived meaning is one of the strongest predictor of the long-term job satisfaction, and even more than the salary. And next advantage, big pros of job being doctor is job security and stability. The healthcare demand doesn't disappear with time. No matter the country, no matter the economy, or no matter the technology shift, people will always need a doctor. And even during the COVID, when many industries collapsed, the doctors remained essential. And so in terms of stability, the medicine is one of the safest long-term career globally. And third, the very important pros of being doctor is the respect and social recognition. In most societies, doctors are still very highly respected, and not just because of the money, but also because of the perceived responsibility. Even the stranger often trust doctors more than other professionals, and however, this respect often comes with expectation, that which we will be talking about that in later. And next, fourth important pros is continuous learning. Medicine is one of the few fields where learning never stops, and every day there comes a new guideline, new drugs, new procedure, and you just don't become done after graduation. You keep evolving. For people who enjoy the intellectual challenge, this is a very big advantage. And next important pros of being doctor is it has wide career option ladder. After MBBS, the paths are very diverse: the clinical practice, the specialization, the teaching, the research, and there are still many more alternative pathways like public health, the hospital management, and various international opportunities is in WHO and other UN. And so it is not just a single track career, even though the journey starts very rigid. So we'll be talking about the part 2 of this video, that is cons of becoming a doctor. Now let's talk about this, about what most people really underestimate, and that is number one cons of being doctor is long and delayed reward system. This is one of the biggest challenges of being doctor. You study for 5.5 years of MBBS, and then after that you study for 3 to 7 years of specialization if you go further. And your stable financial and personal life often starts very much later than your peers in other field. And while the others start earning very early, the doctors are studying, and they go to posting or training, and this delay affects their financial independence. And even this delay affects their financial independence, their relationship, their personal freedom. And there is another big disadvantage of being doctor is high mental pressure and responsibility. Even a small mistake can have very serious consequences, and even when you are not directly at the fault, the responsibility emotionally falls on you. And you may deal with various situations like you may like death, that is very emotionally heavy thing, and then you may have to deal with the critically ill patient, you have to deal with the angry relative, the difficult patient and difficult patient party, the ethical dilemmas, and over time this creates a chronic stress if it is not managed well. And studies on the physician burnout have shown that more than 40 to 60% in many countries, especially during the residency year, the people doctors are very burnout. And the third important cons of being doctor is the work-life balance. This is one of the most realistic cons. Is the very long shift, the emergency call, the night duties, and you may miss your personal life, like you may miss your family events, festivals, and even your social life. All these your personal well-being, the rest, the comes in this with the sacrifices. The medicine often rewards the sacrifice more than the balance, especially in the early years of the medical career. So next, another important cons of this being doctor is emotional fatigue. You cannot remain emotionally neutral all the time. You see suffering daily, the terminal illness, and the accidents, the terminal illness, accident, the financial struggle of patient, and over time many doctors develop the emotional exhaustion or detachment as a coping mechanism due to all these emotionally heavy burdens of experience. And this is not the weakness, but this is adaptation, but it changes the personality of the person over the time. And finally, the financial mismatch in early career is another cons. There is misconception that doctors are always rich, but the reality is that there is, in early years of being doctor, there is low income and but high workload. So in specialization here, still that is the training phase. So the real financial stability often comes very late, and so the return on investment is delayed as compared to many other profession where you get the reward very early as compared to your hard work. And the next big cons is the system stress. Even in many healthcare system, including developing and in even developed country, doctors often face the overcrowded hospital, the limited resource, and administrative pressure. And due to that, there is always a legal risk concern, and this creates a frustration because you cannot just always keep the idle care. And so balance, the real truth is what is the truth? Becoming a doctor is neither purely a noble suffering nor it is a perfectly prestigious life. It is a high responsibility, high discipline, and long journey career, and it rewards the person's patience, it rewards emotional resilience, and it rewards delayed gratification, but also it punishes the person in terms of impact. It punishes the impatience, it punishes the unrealistic expectation, and lack of the coping skill. So here is my final thought about advantage about this. If you are choosing medicine only for if you are listen carefully, if you are choosing medicine only for money, if you are choosing it for status, if you are choosing this for your financial family pressure, due to the family pressure, you may struggle later. So if you choose it because you can tolerate pressure, but if you choose it because you can tolerate pressure, you find meaning in health, you find meaning in the helping people, and you are ready for long-term growth, then medicine can still be one of the most meaningful career you can ever get. And so medicine is not easy, it is not glamorous, but it is very meaningful. And so that makes the balanced approach of the medicine. It depends on the person how you want to pursue it, your expectation and your future planning and about that. So it was the balanced, realistic pros and cons of being doctor. It's your view. Comment on the below. What's your view on the being doctor? What's your view? Is the being a doctor a great thing or not? Thank you.